Hi guys, welcome to the channel. So just a little update on the engine. So I got a new pull cord fitted, two new spark plugs are in. I've taken the carb off because I thought I'd found all the front assembly that was missing. So basically what I did was I had to buy a whole new carb. So I bought this one here, and this had it all on. So the front assembly is actually in there now, down there. So that was off of this carb, which was sold as a carb for this engine, but it actually turns out that it is for the same engine, but it's for an earlier model. Exactly the same shape, everything's the same, they just changed the carb out on the later models. So it turns out my engine's a 1969. All of the earlier, like early 60s, mid 60 models had this style carb on them. So I've now got a carb that I can't use, and the front assembly doesn't properly fit my engine because so that's the front assembly. So that basically sits. So that's it there. So fuel enrichment, choke, so they all line up. So that's fine. And it engages with the bits on the carb, but the problem is the two fixing holes there in the center on this, the two fixing holes are diagonal, one up there and one there, so the holes don't line up. That's the only issue, but it's not particularly too bad because I can just re-drill the holes on there and make it fit. So I can adapt it and make it fit, that's fine. But one issue that I've got, and this is where I need a bit of help with anyone who knows about these engines, is if you look in. So, oh, another thing. So I did try sticking the old carb on here off the older ones, and thought, oh, I'll just swap the carbs out. But it turns out they don't actually fit. So these little lugs here are in a completely different place to those ones. And that hole there is smaller. If you look on the back of my carb, it's like way bigger. So I'm going to stick with my carb. I'm going to clean it up. But one crazy issue that I've got, and I just can't get my head around it, is that there's no choke butterfly at the front. So the choke, like, it should be here. So where that there is, there should be a hole there. The little pin goes through, same as the back one, the throttle one back here, look. That's on there, that all works, look. So that's the throttle, but then there should be another one at the front here for the choke, which basically when that comes through here, that pushes on the thing here, and that does your chuck, and then that back there's your throttle, okay? But this carb, for some reason, there's no hole or anything to put the choke valve and the butterfly through. So I'm guessing that's why it was missing for some reason. So I don't really, looking online, all of the carbs that are the same as mine have all got a hole in here, and they've got they got the choke butterfly here. So they got two in there. They got the throttle one and the choke one, which obviously is normal. But for some reason this carb don't have it. So I wondered if there was another bit that bolted on here that had the choke butterfly in, but looking online there's nothing. These are basically for the proper front assembly that would fit on there, and that's it. So it's the front assembly, then that, but there's no choke, which, yeah, so I don't know whether it had like an electric choke of some sort, or whether, I did see something on a forum about you can run them really lean to start with and then you don't need the choke, but I don't know why they would still make a carb doesn't have. So I wondered if he'd like the past owner would like filled it in, but that's like been manufactured like that to not have a choke. So it's really weird. So anybody that knows anything about this particular carb and can explain to me where the choke goes on it would be much appreciated, because I've researched and I can't find anything about it. So I'm going to clean it all out anyway, get that front assembly attached to it, and then go from there. Now I did when the choke was on, before I took it off, I did spray a bit of easy start in it and pulled it, and it fired up straight away on the first pull. The engine actually started up, only for a split second. Obviously I haven't got it in any water, so I wasn't planning on running it for any length of time, but yeah, it started up, so it is a runner. A load of smoke come out of it, but I expect that was just the easy start burning off. But yeah, so 2 strong sparks on both cylinders, so it is a runner, does run. I just need to try and figure out what is going on with this carb, because I don't want to buy a whole new carb, because that'll be 3 carbs then I've got. I want to try and use this carb and just figure out what I've got to do to get that choke working. So anyone that knows, is there a part I'm missing, or is there a way you can run it without a choke? So, yeah, I don't know. I'm stumped on this one. I've looked on forums and everything, I can't find anything about it. So anyone who can shed some light on it, that would be much appreciated. Cheers guys, see you on the next one.